lot of books? I do too, and this video is about the books that I've read in the past few months, what I think about them, basically mini reviews. So let's get started. Hi there, I am Manpreet. I make book related videos on this channel. If you are new here, please make sure you subscribe, follow me on my social media and turn your notifications on by hitting the bell button so that you get notified every time I post a new video. I share reading tips, I talk about books, fiction and non-fiction both, and I also review books. So please make sure you subscribe right now. So talking about my wrap-up video, I haven't done one since a long time, and I won't take a lot of time and just dive right into it. The number one book which took me the longest to read because my language skills are not so good when it comes to Hindi reading was Malhar. This is the second book after Arthala, which is a Hindi fantasy novel and also my favorite. I read the first book and I was just like, there's nobody in India who has written a fantastical tale as good as Arthala. And Malhar, I feel like Arthala was like way too good, and Malhar is also really good, but it is the second novel and there was a lot of build up that was happening in Malhar, but there was not a lot of things that actually happened. Okay, this book was just like a filler novel before a big war happens in the third novel. I really enjoyed this book and I would recommend you to read Arthala and Malhar for sure if you are into Hindi books. A lot of people keep asking me whether an English version is available. If it will be in future, I'll let you guys know. Okay, so please make sure you subscribe so you do not miss that news. The next book was a very popular book, The Secrets We Keep by Sudeep Nagarkar, but a very disappointing novel. This follows this character who is an intelligence officer and somehow his girlfriend goes missing and he's just trying to figure out what happened and blah blah. And it's so bad. Why did you make these characters intelligence officers if you're going to have them do stupid stuff? I have a vlog discussing about how horrible this book is. I feel like nobody should be reading it. It's just disappointing at a whole another level. There are so many books out there that are good, that are easy to read and that are entertaining. So pick those one up. Do not pick up this book. Next book that I read was a very nice thriller, Cross Her Heart by Pinborough. I just casually picked up this book and I was just like, let me flip a few pages, and then I just got into this book. This is about this mother and daughter, and this mother is sort of like hiding away, and she is different in a way. She is scared of something, and the whole book you're guessing, oh my god, what is she scared of? And you have so many theories, and then it's different. I really discussed this one as well in detail in my reading vlog. I'm not giving you many details because honestly I read these a long time ago now, like a couple of months back. I remember how I felt about them. I remember whether I like them or not, or whether I would like to recommend them or not, but not so much about like the plot itself. So for that, I have videos linked down in the description. So do check them out, and do check out this book if you're looking for a good thriller to read. The next book that I read was The Mogul by Vish. This is more like a legal thriller, okay? It has a little bit of courtroom drama and it's set in India, which you do not find so many legal thrillers in India, and I really like this book. I feel like Vish Dhamija has a knack of writing legal thrillers in the most fantastic way. So I really like this book. I would say do check it out. I actually read one book by Vish Dhamija quite some time back, Unlawful Justice, and I like that as well. So I read this one. This is certainly better than the Unlawful Justice. So if you have read that one, pick this one up. It is about this Mogul, this business tycoon who is now in trouble because his ex-wife is dead along with her new husband now, and the blame of the murder of ex-wife is being pinned on this businessman. So we have to see who did it. We have to see whether this businessman is being wrongfully charged for this crime and whether he will be able to prove his innocence or not. It's fantastic. You just do not expect so much of awesomeness from a book. A legal thriller, I would say. I haven't read many, okay, to be honest, but this one is really good. So try it out if you're looking for a legal thriller set in India. After that, I started this rereading session because Kalki book 3 was coming. So I'm a huge fan of Kalki trilogy since Kalki book 1 came out. So I wanted to read Kalki book 3, but I do not have that good of a memory, okay? I told you I do not remember what exactly I read in the last 2 months. So how could I remember what I read in the last year and the last to last year? So I started rereading these books. So I finished rereading and also vlogged about it. Kalki Book 1 by Kevin Missal. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This book was something which just shocked me when I read it for the first time, and I really appreciated an Indian author writing such a good novel. And I really enjoyed this book once again. It was really pleasant to read this book all over again and see the things that I missed. This is the thing about rereading books. A lot of people frown upon it, but I love rereading because first time you just are reading the story and you just see it from the above, but when you read it the second time you just go deep into it, and that's the best. So I would definitely recommend you guys to just reread your favorite books. I reread this one and I really enjoyed it. If you haven't read Kalki trilogy yet, it's a fantastical tale which is based on the idea of the avatar of Vishnu that according to Hindu mythology would be born in Kali Yuga and who would fight dharma and establish the good in the society once again. A lot of people think it's a mythological fiction. It kind of is, but it is also more fantastical. So just check it out if you are into fantasy books or into mythology books. Check it out. Obviously, the second book that I read was Kalki book 2, Kalki Satya Yodha Kalki Eye of Brahma. This book introduces a lot of new concepts, and honestly, as compared to the book 1, I really did not like this as much. I loved it, but not as much as Kalki book 1. Hashtag second book syndrome. I don't think I have read any series in which I like the second book more. So that's just the thing with me, okay? So I read this one and I would definitely ask you to just pick it up as well. And then I finally finished reading Kalki book 3. The review is linked down below. And I really enjoyed this book. I have a lot to say about what I liked, what I disliked, and I made a whole video about it. So check it in the description and watch that video as well after watching this video. Anyway, I really like this book as well, so just pick up these books, okay? And lastly, I have this book, The Lost Fade by Piyush Semwal. For a couple of these books like Malhar, Kalki, I was working with the authors of the book to review this book, and the same is with this one. I actually did not like it much. I mean, this book is really good because of the concept. It is about these two people who go on a sort of like a trip, and there they find some things that are happening, and then they decide to act to fix those things that they see. I really like the concept of this book. I really found it easy and entertaining, but I had a big issue with how the whole storytelling was because there were long dialogues and there was a little thrill in the book. I have a whole discussion about this book in a separate video. I'll link it down below in the description as well. So now after watching this video, you have to check the description. So yeah, this was the last book that I have read so far. Now this is like almost the end of the year, just 2 months are left, and I'm very excited to just read a lot of books before the year ends. But yes, this is it. These are the books that I have read in the past couple of months. I have a playlist about all the books that I've read and mini review videos. I'll link it down below in the description if you want to check out the previous wrap-up videos. And yes, that's it for today's video. Let me know if you have read any of these books or if you want to read any of these books, or I said a lot of things about these books. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? Just comment down below. And thank you so much for watching this video. This is Manpreet signing off. I'll be back with another video very soon. But before that, please do not forget to share this video. Ask your friends to subscribe and like this video, okay? And subscribe yourself.